has been a pretty awesome couple of weeks since we last talked. I'm quite loving the changing weather, watching fall make its way into my senses with rich colors, and every coffee shop suddenly breaking out the pumpkin flavors. I could go on and on about each one of the seasons in a poetic way, finding something beautiful and meaningful about all of them. I mean, it's kind of what I do, go on and on about the deep meaning of things. But I'm serious when I say that fall is my favorite. And the weather in my little corner of the world has been participating splendidly with my usual fall sentimentality. I got to take a little drive up to Snowbird ski resort the other day with Zach and some of his family for Oktoberfest. That canyon is already a beautiful place to be, but the sprinkling rain and the low-flying clouds hanging out just below the mountain peaks made it all the more perfect. I'm really not a huge beer drinker. I keep my mind and my taste buds open and try a taste of several different varieties whenever I have the chance. And what I've concluded is that the beers which I find more tolerable are usually the ones that taste a lot less beery, if you know what I mean. I get more excited about the humongous beer mug that I get to take home than the actual beer. I let Zach take care of that part. Fall also means my birthday, as well as the birthday of my very favorite person. Mine was on the 4th, and Zach's is on the 13th. We're both Libras, and in most ways we have just about the same personality. We're definitely best friends. And not in the, well, we spend most of our time together and know stuff about each other, so we're totes BFFs kind of way, but I seriously can't get enough of this guy. He had the genius idea of celebrating our birthdays with a trip to Zion National Park for some camping and hiking. I'd never been before, and it was nothing short of awe-inspiring and just breathtaking. I did get a tad bit of vertigo and anxiety at the overwhelming views and heights. I mean, how often do I really have the opportunity to walk around a couple feet from 1,000-foot drops? Yeah, not really ever. I can also understand why someone who grew up in, say, Kansas would visit southern Utah and shrink under the irrational phobia that these towering stone gods of sand might just fall and crush everything. But they didn't. We spent 2 days and 2 nights there. We hiked Hidden Canyon Trail, where I learned the valuable lesson that scrambling up rocky little crevices and traversing up walls of stone tends to be much easier than climbing back down the same things. I got kind of stuck a few times, and Zach had to talk me through it and reassure me I was not going to fall and break my neck. We also hiked a spot called the Narrows, which is just walking through the Virgin River up a little canyon that gets more and more narrow as you go. This freezing cold little river and the canyon that it has so masterfully been carving for all of its life is definitely in the running for most beautiful places I've ever been. Which title shall never actually be determined, because, the places in this world. This earth is spectacular. She lived long before any of our lives began here, and she'll live on long after we're gone. And as we cover our spots with paint, inject our faces with collagen to lessen our wrinkles, and belittle our own life experience under the guise of prolonged youth, Earth is not ashamed of her age. She is a woman with so much grace, whose smile lines have become canyons in her face. She's been used, abused, and worn, yet she holds no less beauty, mystery, or wonder than she did at a younger age. I feel that I can learn a great deal from this earth about my own life as I sit in front of a fire, enjoying hot cocoa and contemplating the idea that I've aged another year. Another year that I'm proud of. Let me never be someone who feels shame about the progression of my life. Let me not buy into modern society's thesis, which tells me that I will become less and less valuable to humanity as I age, and that I will lose a deeply important part of myself when my breasts hang lower and my hair starts to silver. Society has a great deal of its own standards, but the earth holds truth that we can't even fathom because we haven't seen what she has. And I believe that, like her, I will hold no less beauty, mystery, and wonder on the day that I die than I do now. and neither will you. So, although it seems I've reached the age that older women continue to joke about still being when they don't want to admit their actual age, next year, I'll proudly say I'm 30. And 20 years from that, I'll proudly say I'm 50. I just hope the forces that be allow me enough time with this great mentor, Earth, that I'll have the opportunity to admit and be unashamed of many different ages before I go into the ground. So, here's to 29, to 26, to 35, to 82, and however many years we're lucky enough to spend on this beautiful Earth after this one's done. Watch your step. Hello, and welcome to the beginning of the end of my brain log. I had an amazing birthday, but you already saw that. Thank you so much for all of your birthday wishes. I kind of was camping and not with amazing internet for a little bit, so I didn't get to respond to all of them as soon as I wanted to. But there were some really awesome videos that a few of you sweet girls made me, and a lot of really wonderful comments, so thank you so much. And Zach's birthday is on the 13th, so remember to wish him a happy birthday soon. Cause you know, I kinda like him. I think it's pretty cool that he was born and stuff, so yeah. This room behind me seems to change every single time that I do these little end of video vlogs. And today there's a guest bed and a shirt that belongs to my father. He's here, as well as some other family members. We are making a Christmas album this weekend, like tomorrow. We're going into the studio. I'll have my dad, my big brother Adam, my sister Devery, and my sister Colette, and me and Zach. I'll be producing the album. I've been arranging songs like a crazy song slave. And even though it's a family project and we've been wanting to make an album together for a long time, I have to go out of my way to thank my patrons. I set a milestone goal on my Patreon page saying, hey, if we get to this amount per video, I will make a Christmas album with my family. So it is because of you that we're doing this. Everybody, a big hand for the patrons. You're amazing. Thank you. We love you so much. Here's some flowers. If you feel like joining the coffee date conversation, leave a comment below and tell me some of the beautiful places that you've been, or your feelings on ageism in our society and what it's like to grow older. Stop being ashamed of your age. Okay, I love you guys. Bye. Oh my gosh. It's so big. It's so big.
Gross.